It was midnight and my village ambience gave this creepy Nollywood vibe. Cold, dark and windy. My mom was carrying my sleeping sister Erica on her back, swaddled in a piece of patterned fabric, and I was walking beside her. We were both silent. My mom fuming with anger. She basically fought with my dad because he wanted to marry a second wife. To show her disapproval, she decided to leave his house this night to her parents. Given a choice, I would have stayed back because I wasn't a fan of walking in the middle of the night in that village. Anyway, while walking, I looked at one big tree we were about to pass, and my heart jumped the same time I set my eyes on a figure that looked like a human, but yet had the face of a rat. This must be my imagination, I thought to myself. Besides, I usually imagine things that weren't there. My mom stopped immediately after we passed the tree. She checked Erica and continued walking. What just happened? I said to myself, but continued walking faster. This time, to catch up with my mother, who for some reason started walking a lot quicker. We got to my grandparents, and after some chit-chat about what happened between my dad and her, we slept off. I woke up that morning to the sound of my mom screaming. She picked up my little sister and started running out. I was puzzled and didn't know what had happened. And my grandparents weren't helping as they were as confused as she was. My mom later came back with Erica, along with my dad. Apparently, Erica had suddenly developed Down syndrome. After several months of efforts and of course successfully confusing the doctors, we began to lose hope. I mean, it's not every day you wake up to see a healthy kid of a year plus suddenly developing Down syndrome. My parents decided to turn to the native doctors, aka Buka, because my mother felt it could be spiritual. I mean, that could be the only explanation. Remember when my mom stopped right after that big tree that night? Apparently, she felt something drop on my little sister and wanted to check what it was, but didn't see anything. She believed it could have a link with what happened to her. The Buka confirmed it, though he said she was possessed. There were like 3 sessions of exorcism, or whatever it is they did in the house. The last session was the most dramatic, as it involved a variety of rituals, some creepy chanting, incantations, and the use of sacred substances. I was extremely bored, as the rituals were just too monotonous. I was hoping it ends soon. Suddenly, an ear-piercing, horrifying scream that sounded like an older woman, whose mouth was filled with cooked blood. At the same time, it sounded like a pig's voice being strangled to death. All I'm saying is, it was unhuman, especially coming from a 1-year-plus child. We were both shocked and couldn't believe what we were hearing. But before we could even process the situation, I swear Erica was perfectly back to normal after the scream. About half an hour later, everyone was going around acting normal. Not me though. For 9 years now, I could not help but keep thinking, what happened that night? We were probably relieved and thinking this story was a happy ever after. Well, Erica died 3 weeks after she was supposedly cured.